morning, everybody. It is a sunshiny Monday. Things are feeling good here. I have a lot to do today. I have a lot of homework that's due by tonight. I really slacked off last week, and I'm going to pay for it dearly. But I'm working on it now. Paul is upstairs with Keegan, trying to get him to take a nap. Puppies are outside. Paul's already done a ton of work so far. I have a lot to do today. Just a lot. So we're just going to go ahead and see where it takes us. Baby's bed, ignore the mess.
The sun is right in the screen here, so I don't know if you need to see Nate, but he's throwing the ball in. Nate and Khalil have the ball.
So I'm running out of space on my memory card, but I just want to tell you guys that funny thing happened tonight. So I fed the kids dinner, which was chicken nuggets and carrots, and I went out to bring the dogs in because Nate has practice tonight. And I come back in, and Keegan's carrots have magically doubled in size. And I said to Nate, did you feed your carrots to Keegan? And he said, yes, but I chewed them in half first. When I had specifically told him beforehand that he had to finish everything in order to go to practice. The kid's gonna kill me. But we're at practice now, and I'm gonna try to get a little bit of footage, but my battery's almost dead.
Alright, so Mohammed's taking the kick for the green team.
That's it.
شوت حامي شوت حامي
Back up.
محمد ارجع وشوت حامي
Back up, green. Go towards the ball. Oh, okay.
ضرباته مش حاسة.
Well, the teammate has the ball. You don't want to take it from him. Same team, guys. Same team. Run, look for somebody to pass to run. Out. Goal kick. Mohammed's only going to pass it to him, or he can pass it to Neto or Elizabeth. Excellent. Good defense. Okay. All right. I know. Yeah, we've been playing. Okay, give it a throw, Nate. He's got Meadow right here down the line. Throw to. Whoa, whoa. Get it. Big long dribble and shoot. Try. All right, go get your. Still 1-0 red. Dribble up, take your shot. Take your shot. Oh, what a shocked. Okay, who's up for red?
Okay, hello. We are at my house waiting for me to go to school. Oh, and by the way, it's not nighttime, it's daytime. If you look right,
Close it. You're gonna waste all
and
the battery.
there's like, yeah, it's morning.
Nathaniel,
And there's a little sound.
close it.
Okay, come along with us at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure I'll find the video camera.
Hello, everybody. It is Friday, TGIF. I don't think I recorded it all yesterday. I can't remember in the morning, but we had quite the experience yesterday. Hang on one second. For like days. I need to remove it. Hi! So, Keegan got his very first ride in the ambulance last night. This kid, I swear. I bought Greek yogurt last time we went to go grocery shopping. And I guess he's never had it. As you guys know, from grocery hauls, I've bought it before, but I guess he's just never had Greek yogurt. He's had regular yogurt and been fine, and his milk allergy has been not bad at all. I mean, he eats macaroni and cheese, he had a little bit of a reaction when he had Cheez-Its, which claim they're made with real cheese, so they probably are. But it was just like a runny nose and just congested. It wasn't like hives and all, respiratory issues and all that. Well, after he had Greek yogurt, probably like 20 minutes later, he had like half a container. And like 20 minutes later, he had hives all over his body. And the irritating thing was, it didn't need to get as bad as it was, but I did not know how much Benadryl to give him. And when I called his doctor's office, they were completely worthless. So I ended up, because he was getting worse. After the hives, he started to really, not struggle to breathe, but he was having a hard time breathing. Me with asthma, I've had way worse times breathing, but it was like he had a cold, like a really bad cold, like where he was congested and kind of just, kind of wheezy. So I ended up having to call 911, hoping they would just tell me how much Benadryl to give, but no, they insisted on sending an ambulance. So where we live, there is no ambulance. It has to come from the town, like our village is a member of a town. So they had to send the fire department first. The guy came, and they were super sweet, super nice. Keegan happened to be wearing yesterday his fire, he's got a onesie that's got fire trucks all over it. And I said something to the guy after we were in the ambulance and things were okay. He said, yeah, he goes, why do you think we gave him such good treatment? But they were very nice. And they tried to give him oxygen, but he wouldn't take it. They checked his vitals and all that, and he was okay. And then the ambulance, I know! You got a ride in the ambulance yesterday, huh? And then the ambulance came. Again, they were all very sweet. I know, they were very nice. And he, of course, did not love them. But they ended up giving him a shot of, some kind of an antihistamine, Benadryl type something or other. I don't think she gave him enough because it didn't knock him out. But what it did do is it cleared up the hives. He was really red, really, really red and hot. And it didn't clear that up either, so I don't think she gave him enough. Because last time this happened, when he had first had the formula, when we first found out he had a milk allergy, when they gave him the Benadryl, it cleared up within like 20 minutes and it knocked him out for hours. But, whatever. So I went to the hospital. I had a test last night in sign language. I had to go for, because that's class I go for. And he was fine. He was still, his body had started to cool. His face was still a little red, but like the rash and everything was gone. So I talked to the doctor. I said, what is the plan here? Because again, it never needed to get to this point. If someone could have just told me how much Benadryl to give him. Because what we were told it was actually last October this happened. What we were told is that up until the point that he's 1 year old, we had to take him to the doctors because Benadryl can really, if you give someone too much Benadryl, it can suppress their, breathing and stuff. So because he was so little at that point, he said up until he's 1, bring him here. After that, you should just be able to give him Benadryl at home if this happens. But at that point, he was 3 months old, and we never asked, how much or anything. So, again, I was on the phone with his doctor, and she was, well, what's the label say? Hello, if the label said how much to give him, I would not be calling you. Because the label of Benadryl, and I'm sure it's the same for everything, under 2 it says do not give. Over 2 to 6, ask your doctor. But we know, because Nate used to take Benadryl before he started taking Zyrtec. Nate took Benadryl since the time he was like probably less than 2 years old. So I knew it was okay to give, and like I said, the doctor had said that, but we couldn't get a hold of our doctor. We were on the phone with some moron nurse. So I finally just hung up on her because she was like, well, you know, I'm like, just freaking tell me, because it won't get that bad. If you could stop it, it won't get that bad. But so anyhow, we went to the hospital, talked to the doctor, and she's like, well, I'd really like to sit and watch him for at least another hour or so. And it was like 5:30, I'd be in class at 6. And I said, well, you know, we live like 5 minutes from this hospital. I said, why don't we take him home? She goes, but you have to bring him back if he gets worse. We will bring him back if he gets worse. I knew he wasn't going to get worse at that point, because when he was 3 and he was way more allergic to milk, that first reaction was probably worse. This one was headed to get that bad had he not got, because his ears and stuff had started to swell. Had he not gotten, the shot when he did, it probably would have been worse. But he's perfectly fine today, as you saw. But yeah, that was fun. So that was a rough night. And I had so much homework to do last night, and I didn't. I went to class, took my test, and I told my professor what was going on. And I told her, I said, I'm just going to stay for the test. She goes, no, go home and be with your baby. Which is very nice of her. She's a very nice woman. So I came home, and I had called Paul home from work. Because initially, I didn't think we had any Benadryl, which we will definitely keep on hand now that we see that this reaction can still happen with some things. We pretty much thought he was over the hump, because when he turned a year old and we started giving him, he was going to have regular milk versus formula, we tried giving him regular milk the one time, and what happened is he didn't have like a major blow-up reaction like he did the first time, so it's definitely getting better. What happened is he just got kind of congested and really snotty. But there was no need, he never got hives, no need for Benadryl. It was just, he was having a reaction, but definitely not as much as he had. So, we switched to soy milk. We've given him soy milk, and like I said, he's eaten a lot of things with cheese, things with milk. It does seem to be, like with the regular milk, it does seem to be the more things that are in more of a natural state and not as processed, which is probably why he can have like grilled cheese, he can have, probably certain types of cheeses would bother him, maybe something more like a natural cheese, like I don't even know, like, something that's just not processed a lot. But we're definitely going to keep Benadryl on hand. We did, she told us to give him, what did she tell us? And she didn't even really know. She's looking online, the nurse was like, I lost faith the second we were there, which was part of it, because when the nurse came in and he was talking to us, and we went to the hospital I used to work at, I didn't recognize him, so my guess is he's fairly new. In reality, he's probably a new graduate or something. And he said, I told him what happened. And I said, the doctor has told us just like every 3 months to try things and, see where we're at. He goes, well, isn't there any medication he can take on a daily basis? No, this is a milk allergy. You simply do not give him milk protein. I don't know. I just lose faith in such basic things. Lots of people have allergies. That'd be like telling someone that has a peanut allergy, well, isn't there something you can take for it? No, you just don't eat peanut butter. You don't eat things with peanuts. I don't know. It is what it is. It's resolved. The doctor, I don't know. I didn't even know what I was signing at that point. I don't think she had to sign out AMA. But I think she released him regularly. I don't know. I don't even care, because like I said, there was no need for him to be there. It never even needed to get to the ambulance point. And because when he got out of the ambulance, I walked him in, because they had strapped him in the ambulance, which he did not like. And she said, the ambulance EMT person said, she goes, because they were putting me like in the waiting room, she goes, if you wait for a long time, she goes, no, and he doesn't seem to be getting any worse, and he seems to still be getting better. Maybe don't wait here. And that's kind of what she said. She goes, but I can't tell you what to do, obviously. So, once she gave him the shot in the ambulance, in reality, we didn't need to be at the emergency room, and I knew that. But it is what it is. It's over, and we know no Greek yogurt. So it's kind of good in a way, if we're putting a positive spin on this, that we know he has that kind of reaction with Greek yogurt, because when we get to a point where maybe he doesn't have a reaction with milk anymore, when we try it here and there, he's had ice cream, everything, he doesn't have any reaction. But when we get to a point where like he's having regular milk without any issue, maybe we give him a few teaspoons of Greek yogurt and see, because that was the worst reaction he's had to anything since the initial milk protein allergy. So that's why I didn't record, because once we got home and I got home from school, we did absolutely nothing. We watched Blue Blood episodes last night, which is the most TV we have watched in forever. So, you know what I just realized? What? I missed Will and Grace last night. Oh. Damn it. I love Will and Grace. It's my favorite show when it just came back. And I don't ever in years set my clock to, like, I gotta watch this show. And I have my alarm on, and somehow I must have missed it last night. Damn it, that pisses me off. Damn it. Anyway, I'll see if I miss online. So that was our day yesterday. So we're going away this weekend, so I have lots of homework to do, and I have lots of shopping to do, and because nothing got done yesterday as it was supposed to, have it packed. So I have lots to do because we have to leave tomorrow morning early. And we still have to take the dogs early. Oh, I'm going to be nuts. I may not go to bed until who knows what o'clock this morning. But it's not super far away we're going. I don't even know. It's, I think, maybe 3 hours or something. It's up past Albany, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's up past Albany. So that's where we're at. I'm going to get off here and get something done.